In a wilderness area of the Swartruggens region of the Cederberg Mountains, Kagga Kamma Nature Reserve welcomes explorers and nature lovers to a destination filled with cultural heritage. We're here at one of the most beautiful natural settings that our country has to offer. The Khoisan people lived here over 6,000 years ago, and apart from the nature reserve's construction of some pretty breathtaking accommodation, everything is as it was all those years ago. Now I'm going to meet a tour guide who's going to show us around. So let's go.
Good day, ma'am.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice
Welcome
to meet
Kagga
you,
Kamma.
Marius.
Yes.
Lovely. So Marius, this place is absolutely amazing. Tell me, how has it remained untouched all of these years?
Well, by asking the community and the people not to touch or vandalize the paintings itself. Other than that, we can't really protect the paintings from wind, water and the natural elements, but we try our best.
So you're telling me that the Khoisan people literally lived here and occupied this space all these years ago. I'm really excited to find out about the rich history and culture.
Yes, let me go and show you where they really occupied the space and where they painted themselves 1,200 to 6,000 years ago.
The reserve offers guests many ways to enjoy its breathtaking surroundings, including nature drives and even stargazing tours because of the unspoiled clear skies at night. This area is also home to a variety of mountain fynbos, many bird species and larger animals like rarely seen leopards who've made the canyon their home.
Okay, so this is where the sand made fire. You can see fire markings on top. This is where they cooked their meat. And then this overhanging rock has pockets where they stored their weapons, bows and arrows, spears, and even fruits and berries and sometimes meat for a day or two. Because inside there is a lot cooler than outside here. And then why they use this place for the paintings and the cooking themselves is for this overhanging, protecting them from the natural elements.
Tell me, how do you know that this was the kitchen area? Maybe they were just dwelling under there to keep warm or...
See, that can be disputed of because the culture isn't an exact science. A lot of it is theories based on what we've learned from the sand themselves. So we have, this can be an area where they kept for warmth, that it can be an area where they made food in, or it can be just a shelter from protecting them from wind and rain. But for the fire markings and on top and these pockets, this could be a suggestion that they cooked here.
Okay, good to know. Fair enough. Shall we move on to the next part?
Yes, let's go.
So, what we have here?
Yeah, just before I explain to you the paintings, I'd just like to inform you not to touch them as they are protected by law. Here we have some sand paintings. These paintings date back around 1,200 to 6,000 years. It has been carbon dated, so any organic matter contains carbon. And they can only give you an estimate between this and this period of time.
Okay, I see. And how do the paintings get the very distinct red color?
So that's with a rock type called ochre. So it's a red ochre mixed with animal blood and fruits and berries to get that unique reddish color.
And what did the sand people paint about?
They paint the Cape eland or the eland. It was a very spiritual animal to them because it carries great powers. And by painting it all over and over and over, they thought that they were going to get those powers. They really emphasized the fact that they were male and female by painting the buttocks and the breast very enlarged at the females. And they also painted themselves with very long legs and arms, but they were quite small people. That was because they saw themselves in their spiritual bodies rising up to their ancestors.
It's very beautiful. It's like a natural art gallery.
Yes, yes. So they used the overhanging because this is a very good canvas to paint on, obviously. And the overhanging protects the paintings from the elements.
And is it just sand paintings here?
This is sand paintings, and we do have koi paintings as well. We have here settlers standing with a rifle and a round hat, doing the Buddha stance like we always stand. That was in time when the settlers were in war with the Khoisan. So where they came, they stayed for a few nights, did their paintings and moved off. Remember that the Khoisan were fat-tail sheep and cattle farmers. So whenever the vegetation of the area was too low, they were forced to move. Khoisan, they were hunter-gatherers, and they used the veld to live from every day to day.
Wow, thank you, Marius. This has been absolutely phenomenal. How beautiful to be in nature's art gallery.
Thank you, always a pleasure, ma'am.
The only thing as unique as the rock art paintings is the reserve's accommodation. You can sleep under the stars or in an open-air suite or enjoy creature comforts in the cave suites. I have had an absolutely phenomenal time here at the Kagga Kamma Private Game Reserve, enjoying the peace, tranquility and spectacular scenery. But most of all, what I've enjoyed is learning about the way of life of the people who were the first to inhabit our beautiful country.